Listen, every day I have someone say something like, if we evolved from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys around?
See, that to me is the true tragedy of when, and that is, there's a great, what's that called? Take That Darwin, which is a Twitter account which basically collates all the people who are saying that. So obviously search for that. And what to me is so sad is that someone who is saying, and very triumphantly, if we come from monkeys, how come they're still monkeys? Is in their hand, they have the very tool that will allow them to type that into a search engine and it will explain
But I think it's willful ignorance.
It is willful.
I think they're almost trolling in a way, just like the people who tweet me, Hitler was atheist. Now, people know Hitler was not an atheist, right? I just think it's a way of getting under someone's skin, and that's what the world's like now. They're trying to undermine someone they don't like or whose argument they don't like. Because I've honestly, I must have replied, and I always do it respectfully because I think that's funnier to say, well, we didn't evolve from apes, we evolved with apes from a common ancestor, rather like cousins share the same grandparents. It's such a simple concept, right? But they come back to go, now, well, I watched a chimp in a zoo for a week and it didn't change, right? Okay, no, okay, again, okay. I don't know where to start with things like that because it's so incredibly stupid, right? And they could understand it. It's not evolution is a very, very easy concept. When you realise what the mechanism. Oh, the other thing is it's just a theory.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how to explain the difference between a scientific theory and a hunch. Yeah. Right? I often go back with, well, so's gravity, but you're not floating about, are you? Right? Oh, I'm getting angry now, Robin.
See, that was my line about that, because I used to have a whole thing about, there was a film I watched about, disproving Darwin with Ann Coulter and various others. And basically, I said, when someone goes, it's just a theory, it's just a theory, I said, you've confused scientific theory with your mate Dave's theory that you get higher quicker if you smoke a joint wearing lipstick.
Exactly.
One of these theories may well not be as less wrong as the other.
We'll talk about that, about the difference between science and people who deny actual proof with theories are less wrong than other theories.
But that's part of this is again the beauty of science, and I think when it's used well, it is about a least wrong version of events.
That's
and
exactly
that's why
right.
It's hard for a human being. This is why, again, with Brian, when we tour, and it is trying to.
I should explain briefly that Robin is a stand-up, and he's done many of his own tours and shows that are very funny. But lately, well, not lately now, half of his career, he's sort of focused on science-based comedy, almost lectures in a way. And now he's been touring with Professor Brian Cox around Britain and elsewhere.
Yeah, we've been, and we're off to Australia very soon again. And that, what's insane to me is that because he is this interesting package of being both this kind of, he is a former keyboardist from a pop band that did well in the UK and had a big #1 hit. But
he's become a heartthrob now as well.
He has become a heartthrob. So you do sometimes see people going, oh, I come for the pointing, but I stay for the science. He does this lovely, like the way that he'll point and he'll say. But this was a beautiful. When we did the last tour, and I make it very clear, he's the draw. I'm not the draw, but I'm working with him on that. I know that's why we play the size of venue that we play. But going out.
You're actually following me round, or we were playing the same sort of arenas around. That's so funny.
10,000 and 11,000 people coming for what really is a science lecture.
That's great. That gives me hope in humanity that people are paying money to see science.